Hello everyone, welcome back in lecture series on topic solid state. In last video, we have studied classification of crystalline solids, and you know that crystalline solids are classified into four types, and out of these we have studied in detail ionic crystals, then covalent and network crystals and molecular crystals. Now today in this video we are going to study metallic crystals. So what are metallic crystals? Like ionic crystal, in case of ionic crystal, ions are constituent particle. In case of molecular crystals, molecules are constituent particle. And in case of covalent crystal, atoms are constituent particle. Like that, in case of metallic crystal, metal atoms of the same metallic element, these are the constituent particles. And metallic bonds are there which holds these metallic elements together. So metallic crystals means crystalline solids in which constituent particles are atoms of same metallic element, and these are held together by metallic bonds. For example, sodium metal, potassium metal, calcium, iron, gold, that is Au, silver, Ag, copper, all these are the examples of metallic crystal. And in metallic crystals, metals are present in the form of layers. Several layers are arranged over one another. So this is the arrangement of the metal atoms in the metal crystal. Now see here, like this arrangement is there. These are the metal atoms arranged in the form of layer over one another. And in metallic crystals, the outermost electron, that is valence electron, this is called as a valence electron. This is the picture of group first metal, that is lithium, sodium, etc., potassium. Their outermost electronic configuration is NS1. General outermost electronic configuration is NS1. So only one electron is there in the valence shell of group first metal, and these are the valence electrons, and these valence electrons are delocalized. So in metals, solid metal crystal, valence electrons are delocalized over the whole space of the crystal, and therefore they have freedom to move from one end to other end, leaving behind these positively charged metal ions. These are also called as kernels. These metal ions contain nucleus and inner electrons. That means what? For example, if you take sodium, then sodium has atomic number 11. So its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So only one electron is there in the outermost shell. So here this one electron is the valence electron, and it is delocalized in the crystal of sodium. And this electron can move anywhere in the crystal. It does not belong to the single sodium ion. That means suppose this is single sodium ion, and this is the outermost electron of this sodium, then this electron can move anywhere in the crystal. That it is not, its position is not fixed, but this position of this positively charged metal ion is fixed. They cannot move. Their position is fixed, but these electrons can move anywhere in the crystal. So such a type of arrangement is there in the metal crystal. Here it is the crystal of metal structure of metal crystal of group second element. Now the general electronic configuration, outermost electronic configuration of group second is Ns2, magnesium, calcium, etc. And therefore two valence electrons are the outermost shell, that is valence shell contain 2 electrons, Ns2. So 2 electrons are present in the valence shell. So here number of electrons are more in group second because each metal ion has 2 valence electrons. So like this, if aluminum is there, 3 electrons, valence electrons are there. So the arrangement structure of metal crystal is like this. In metal crystal, valence electron, most important point is valence electrons are delocalized. ते फिक्स नसतात, त्याची पोझिशन फिक्स नसते, ते कुठेही जाऊ शकतात क्रिस्टल्समध्ये, त्यामुळे मूव्ह होऊ शकतात, जाऊ शकतात, त्यामुळे त्यांना काय म्हणायचं, डिलोकलाइज किंवा त्यांना मोबाईल इलेक्ट्रॉन असंही म्हणतात. पण हे जे पॉझिटिव्हली चार्ज मेटल आयन्स आहेत त्यांची पोझिशन मात्र काय असते, फिक्स असते. सो व्हॉट हॅपन्स हिअर, फॉर एक्झाम्पल these are the free electrons, this is general diagram, and these are the metal and their positions are fixed, and these electrons get trapped in between these metal ions. So free electrons from outer shell of the metal atom. Or here copper is metal is there, for example, and each copper ion belongs to 2 electrons. But this position of these electron is not fixed. In a metal crystal, these electrons can move anywhere in the crystal. But the position of this copper ion is fixed. Layer type of arrangement is this. So in metal crystal, valence electrons are delocalized over the whole space of the crystal and have freedom to move from one end to other end, leaving behind these positively charged metal ions. So thus all these valence electrons, they form a sea of delocalized electron. It is called as a sea of delocalized electron, and metal ions are immersed in it. Metal ion त्याच्यामध्ये immerse झालेले असतात and their position is fixed. So metal ions are present in a sea of delocalized electrons. So this is the structure of metal crystal or metallic crystal. And these valence electrons, these are not belongs to a single metal ion, and their position is not fixed. They can move anywhere, and therefore they does not belong to a single metal ion. They belongs to this metal ion also, this metal ion also. This electron belongs to this metal ion as well as this metal ion as well as this metal ion. So valence electrons are not confined to one place and not restricted to any one metal ion. And that means all these valence electron of metal atom, they form a sea of electron, and metal atom are in the form of positive ion like this. And the force of attraction between this positively charged metallic ion and negatively charged sea of delocalized electron within the sphere of influence is called metallic bond. So the positively charged metallic ion and this electrons, sea of delocalized electron, the force of attraction between these two is known as what? That means positively charged metallic ion and negatively charged sea of delocalized electron is known as metallic bond. These electrons are not bonded to a particular atom and are free to move about in the whole metal crystal, and therefore the metal structure is described as a array of metal ion in a sea of mobile electron. So this is about the structure of the metal crystal and definition of metallic bond. Due to this special type of metallic bond, metal shows different characteristics. And first characteristic, that is, metals are malleable and they can be hammered into thin sheets like this. Gold can be hammered and you can get a sheet of gold, or aluminum foil, you know that, using for wrapping purpose, or these are the copper foils. By hammering the copper metal, you can get the thin sheet of copper or gold or aluminum. So this property is called as a malleability. So all metals are malleable when they are hammered to thin sheet. Now, why these metals are malleable or ductile? Ductile means they can be drawn into wire by hammering. So why these metals shows this property? Because by applying the force, what happens, one layer, you know that the arrangement of the metal just now we have studied, that is these metal ions are arranged in the form of layer. One layer is above the another layer, metal atoms layer is there. So on applying the force on it, what happens, the layers of metal ions slide over one another, and the sea of electron holds this atom together. As they are mobile, the delocalized electron hold the atoms together, and so that the bond does not break like ionic crystal. See here, the metal ions are arranged like this in the layer form. When any force is applied, then they slip over another, they slide over another. These layers are slide over one another, and these are the mobile electron. They adjust themselves and form a bond with another metal ion like this. नवीन पोझिशनला ते काय होतात, ॲडजस्ट होतात, कारण ते मोबाईल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स असतात, डिलोकलाइज असतात, त्यामुळे ते लगेच नव्याने पुन्हा बॉन्ड फॉर्म करतात. सो बॉन्ड डज नॉट ब्रेक, and because of this property of metals are malleable and ductile. So ductiles means they can be drawn into wire like this copper wire. Then these are a good conductor of heat and electricity. This property is also due to delocalized valence electron. So metal crystal contain delocalized valence electron, and therefore as these are free, they can conduct the electricity. To conduct the electricity, free electrons are required, and as in a metal crystal, mobile electrons are there, they can conduct the electricity. When electricity is applied, then this electric field is applied, then what happens, this mobile electron move towards positively charged electron like this. So metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, or if you heat the metal at one end, then the electron, the heat is transferred. This is due to the mobile electron or delocalized electron. Also metal appears lustrous. For example, gold has a yellow luster, copper has reddish luster, silver has grayish luster. So this luster is also due to delocalized electron. They reflect the incident light. They absorb it and reflect it, and because of this reflection, metals appear lustrous. So all these are the characteristics of metal. So what are metallic crystals? These are the crystalline solids in which metal atoms of the same element are constant particle, and these are held together by the metallic bonds. And what is metallic bond? The force of attraction between positively charged metal ion and negatively charged C of electron, valence electron, within the sphere of attraction is known as what? Metallic bond. And due to this metallic bond, metal shows different characteristics. That is, these are malleable, ductile, these are good conductor of heat and electricity, and they show luster. So these are characteristics of metallic crystal. Now we will see here, we will summarize all the properties of all the four types of crystalline solids what we have studied in the last or previous videos. See here, first, that is particles of unit cell. In case of ionic solid, cation and anions are particles of unit cell. In case of covalent network solid, covalently bonded atoms are the particles of unit cell. In case of molecular solids, monoatomic or polyatomic molecules are the particles. And in case of metallic solid, metallic ions in C of electron are the constant particle or the particles. Then interparticle forces. Here in ionic solid, electrostatic force of attraction is there. In case of covalent solids, covalent bonds are there. In case of molecular solid, London forces, dipole-dipole interaction and hydrogen bonding is there. And in case of metallic solid, metallic bonds are there. And metallic bond means attraction between cation and mobile valence electron. Hardness, if you consider the hardness, then because of the strong electrostatic force of attraction, these are hard and brittle. Here covalent bond, in case of covalent bond, these are very hard because of the network structure. Then in case of molecular solid, weak forces of attraction are there, therefore these are soft. In metallic solids, the variable from soft to hard, that means number of electrons, if valence electrons are more, then it becomes hard, metallic bond becomes strong. So that depends upon the number of valence electron. Then metallic melting point, ionic solids have high melting point in the range of 600 degrees Celsius to 3000 degrees Celsius. Then in covalent network solid, very high melting point, that is from 1200 degrees Celsius to 4000 degrees Celsius. Diamond has melting point 3900 degrees Celsius. Then molecular solids, they have, as these are soft, their melting point is from minus 272 degrees Celsius to 400 degrees Celsius. And in case of metallic solid, minus 39 degrees Celsius to 3400 degrees Celsius, as these are soft to hard variable, that is hardness is vary from soft to hard. Then thermal and electrical conductivity, these are poor electrical conductor in solid state but good conductor when melted or dissolved in water. Covalent crystals, these are poor conductor, but exceptional case is graphite, which is a good conductor of electricity, and diamond, which is a good conductor of heat. Then molecular solids, these are poor conductor of heat and electricity. And metallic solids, these are good conductor of heat and electricity. Examples, ionic solids, NaCl, CF2, potassium nitrate, all these are the examples. Here diamond, examples of covalent solids, diamond, silica, quartz, silicon carbide, all these, boron nitride, these are the examples of covalent network. Molecular solids, examples ice, benzoic acid, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, all these are the examples of molecular solids. And metallic solids, example sodium, magnesium, copper, gold, all these are the examples of the metallic solids. So these are what? All four types of crystalline solids. Now in next lecture we will study about the structure of crystal. So thank you for watching the video.